Hi class. This week I'm in Gillette, Wyoming. This is my last week on my project here. Since I'm about 2,000 miles from the nearest location dealing with the American Revolution, I obviously won't be visiting a site. However, it does give me the ability to discuss one of my favorite hobbies. My wife and I love visiting national parks. So far, we have been to 45 of them. 3 of which were Kings Mountain, Cowpens, and Lexington and Concord, which I'm going to talk about today. An interesting fact, the national park is not called Lexington or Concord. It's called the Minuteman National Historic Park. Since I can't be there, I decided to show some pictures and explain the historical landmark where on April 19, 1775, the Revolutionary War began. The park covers the 5-mile battle road between Lexington and Concord. There are 2 stories concerning the start of the war. At the Lexington Visitor Center, they adamantly claim that the first shots were fired and 8 Americans died at Lexington. Therefore, the war actually started there. The story changes at the Visitor Center in Concord. Their take is that at the time, all the people were British citizens. So the action in Lexington amounted to a police action to regain the peace. Unlike in Lexington, in Concord, Americans killed British soldiers, and that amounted to treason. So the war actually started in Concord. However you define it, the war started in this 5-mile section of the state of Massachusetts. Across from Battle Green, where the first shots were fired, is the Buckman Tavern, where the militia gathered waiting for the arrival of the British Army. The Battle Green is where the first shots were fired. If you look in the background, you can see Buckman Tavern. As you drive along what is known as the Battle Road, there are a number of stopping points. One of the first is where Paul Revere was stopped and arrested. You don't want to go there if it's raining because the monument actually fills up with water. Another interesting stop is Hartwell Tavern. There are a number of activities here. When I went there, there was a man dressed in colonial garb. He had a musket and showed the crowd how to load it. There is a road that passes Hartwell Tavern and actually runs the entire 5 miles to Concord. This is the actual path the British marched to Concord and ran back when the shooting started. Now it is used for jogging, hiking, and bicycling. Next is a picture of the North Bridge in Concord, where the first British casualties were incurred, and the point which the regular army started to flee back to Boston. The next picture is another view of North Bridge. With the people on the bridge, you can get a better idea of how small this bridge actually was. This is a well thought out and maintained park with excellent points of historic significance. This should be a great place for a field trip either at the beginning or the end of a school year. The park officially closes from October to April. At that time, the trail and monuments would be available, but the visitor center and any activity at Hartwell Tavern would not be allowed. Thank you for listening from Gillette, Wyoming. Have a great week.